Hey there, it's Leona. Welcome to Zen Mindfulness Shodo. Today, we're gonna practice Shodo meditation while focusing on the Hiragana character for ta. So, let's begin our beautiful journey together. When you write a character, imagine a square about the size of the character that you are gonna write like this. First, I'm gonna write it. Then I'm gonna explain the points and tips for writing the character beautifully in detail. I'll explain in detail. The first stroke starts from a point, a bit higher than, and to the left of, the middle of the left half of the middle horizontal line. It's a downward curving line. It moves upward to the right until the middle vertical line. Then, from the end point of the first stroke, the pen moves upward to the left, like this kind of motion. The second stroke starts from a height, slightly higher than the center point of the top left square, and the left side of the middle vertical line. It's a very subtle leftward curve, barely noticeable to the eye, but it's not a completely straight line. It moves downward to the left, while slightly curving. It passes just a bit to the right of the middle of the first stroke. It moves downward to the left, at about a 60-degree angle. It goes down until the space above the starting point and the space below the ending point are about equal. If you write at about this angle, the ending point will likely come slightly to the right of the starting point of the first stroke. For example, if you write like this, when the ending point comes to the left of the starting point of the first stroke, it might look too tilted to the right. Conversely, if you write it straight down, almost parallel to the middle vertical line, the entire character will look unbalanced. I think a tilt somewhere in between provides the best balance with the third and fourth strokes. Then, from the end of the second stroke, the pen moves upward to the right like this. The third stroke starts from about the center point, or slightly below. This part might look a bit like the Hiragana ko. Like the character ko, it moves upward to the right, while curving up. It goes right to about the middle of the right half of the middle horizontal line. Rather than writing this line with the same thickness from start to finish, it looks better if you start with less pressure and gradually thicken it as you go right. This better expresses the curved beauty unique to Hiragana and looks softer, with more of the warmth characteristic of handwriting. Then it stops at the end point for a second and checks towards the starting point of the fourth stroke. The fourth stroke starts slightly to the right of the starting point of the third stroke. For the fourth stroke as well, start with less pen pressure and gradually increase it as you go downward to the right. The ending point is slightly to the right of the rightmost point of the third stroke. The lengths of these two strokes are the same. Therefore, to the extent that the fourth stroke starts slightly to the right of the starting point of the third stroke, its ending point will come to the right of the rightmost point of the third stroke. Writing like this makes the character look balanced and beautiful. If you write so that the space to the right of the end of the fourth stroke and to the left of the start of the first stroke are almost the same size, the ta character will be centered in the square box and looking balanced and beautiful. The ending point should be slightly higher than the end of the second stroke. If it's lower, it can make the character feel too heavy on the bottom right. So I personally think that ending slightly higher than the ending point of the second stroke makes the entire character appear neater and well balanced. How about trying to practice keeping these points and tips in mind? The key points for writing hiragana characters, as explained in the video, are concisely summarized in this book in a similar manner. The book allows you 3 pages to practice each character. It can be purchased on Amazon. See the link in the description. I'm gonna practice 1 page of this workbook this time, but you're welcome to practice as much as you want. If you're practicing with a pen, I recommend that you place a few pieces of paper under the page that you're writing on, so that the ink doesn't bleed onto the page under it. Alright, let's get started.